Hello friends, it's Jackie Balhais from Clomp and Stampers. Today we're playing with paper. This is going to be the focal point of our card. This is part of the suite, the Stitch Stocking Suite. I am so in love with these products. I've already shared some quilt cards with this, and today we're going to do some Christmas cards. So far, I haven't really shared much with Christmas with it, even though it's designed for Christmas. And I know it is the middle of the summer, but sometimes you just got to start early, and it's fun to play with seasonal things. So this paper, you can see I've been chopping it up quite a bit, but I am going to share a card. We're going to make one here. And the whole focus is using the designer series paper for our card. And then it's a little fun fold we'll do. So you can see here, here's the back side, but these sheets are all designed that you can just cut them apart and have instant quilt blocks, okay? We've already made a card where we created our own quilt blocks, but for this one, we are gonna cut this apart and we want 4 of these. Let's see, actually, let's go this direction. And what I'm gonna do is cut 4 of them apart. I'll share another card in a little bit where I kept 4 together. I didn't cut them apart. Where this one, we're just going to stick this in the trimmer and we'll cut out 4 different blocks. Now, if you can line it up good, you don't have any extra. You can see here, I have just a little smidgen of the block next to it. So I like to trim that off as well. Oh, and sometimes when you're cutting really close, like I just did, you might need to grab your scissors. So let's just kind of trim this off so it's nice and square. There we go. And then we can, let's see, stick it in. Which way are we going? This way. We'll stick it in right there. Try to get it right in the middle. Oh, look I missed on that one. Sometimes with a little bit like this, it's even easier just to use your scissors in the first place. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll trim this one down. So we have 4 of our blocks. Now I could have, for what I'm making, kept these blocks, like I said, in one piece, like done 2 and 2 and then cut them together. But for the card I'm making, I decided I wanted them separate because we're going to take a piece of old olive here. And I don't remember our measurements, but if you hop over to my website, I'll have them listed for you over there. And I'll list all the products I'm using as well as all the measurements to make the card. So we are going to glue, and if I cut everything right, they'll all fit on here nice with a gap in between. So this way I'm getting that old olive to outline each one. Now notice, if I cut these right, I have 2 where it's more the negative, I guess. It's white on the inside, and I want to make sure that I mix and match these. Okay, so we're gonna put the white star across from the colored star, just like so. And then this one can come down here. Now, after we finish this card, I'll share a few other Christmas ones with you. And so far, like I said, I hadn't focused on Christmas cards with this set at all. But the paper is awesome to just let the paper do all the heavy lifting for you. Okay, there is our quilt block just made out of the paper, okay? And so let's go ahead and we're gonna bring in our card base. We have a 4 1/4, hairs on it, 4 1/4 by 11. And we are going to score this at 4 1/4 because we're gonna make this a fun fold. And 4. And then 5 1/2, 4 1/4, 5 1/2. So this is a book binding fun fold is what some people call it. So we can fold it in half here, and then it's going to back fold this way. Now, just like the other quilt cards I've been sharing, I like to make this card, it's a square card that's not square, because when this opens, you'll be able to see here in a second, our focal part of the front side is square, so our square fits on here really nice. Okay, so before we start putting that part of it together and stamp our sentiment, we're going to take another piece of designer series paper and put it up here at the top, and then let's see if we got some linen thread. Here it is. And what I'm going to do is open this up, and we're going to Leave yourself plenty of tail there to tie a bow. Wrap it around 2 times and snip it off. And we can kind of center it in there. And I'm going to, oh, I guess that was like way longer than I needed. We'll go ahead and tie a bow. Oop, my hands are cold. They're not wanting to tie very well. Make a loop. Wrap it around. Oh, goodness. You know, I always say I use linen thread because I can't tie ribbon. Well, obviously, some days I can't tie the linen thread either. So let's, that one. Okay, then we can go ahead and we'll just trim these off. Now, what makes this a bookbinding fold, as some people like to call it, is because we're going to adhere this down. So the square part's the only part that's going to open and close. So we'll go ahead and open that. Even though I use liquid adhesive for almost everything, things like this, I like the tear and tape because we're putting that flap down or that section permanently, and this just, it holds really good, especially because we have that piece of linen thread in the middle of it. Okay, so we need to make sure we're sticking down good. So we'll peel that off, and then when we close it, we can just press that down. Okay, and there is our card base. So then let's grab some Stampin' Dimensionals. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and stick some on the back. So funny story, I was talking to someone the other day about dimensionals, and they asked if I took my dimensionals from the side, you know, in a nice, you know, from edge to edge working up, or if I grabbed from the middle. And I'm like, I don't know, that's kind of a weird question. And then I noticed every time I grab one, a new sheet of dimensionals, I tend to fold them like all these directions just to make it, I guess, easier to grab them. And then I do always tend to start somewhere in the middle and then just work my way around. So apparently that is a thing where different people start using their dimensionals on a new sheet in different places. Who knew? What do? Do you take them from the edge or do you take them from the middle like I do? Okay, there we go. We're sticking it on the middle. So we have this nice little quilt card going. Now we want to put a sentiment on here. And so I am using the sentiments that are in the stitch stocking greeting. And we have, may all your days be merry and bright. And I'm going to go ahead and just stamp it on a piece of scrap, basic white. And then this is the die that comes in this set with it. And when I die cut this, I am going to try to get it nice and straight in there, but move it way over to the left side as far as I can. Now, it's not a whole lot of extra space here, but I want a straight edge instead of a pointed edge. So hang on, let me die cut this and I'll be right back. Okay, so you'll see here, I went over to the left as far as I could, so there should be plenty of room to put it in the trimmer, put this up against the top nice and tight so it's straight, and then just trim off that edge because I am going to add this to my card with some dimensionals and peel them off. And I'm going to stick it right along the edge here. And I'm going to put it along the designer series paper so I still see some old olive there. And then the one point, I'm going to make sure that point goes on the old olive that's between the two. Just like that. So there's the front. Super simple. We let that designer series paper do all the work. And then for the inside, we're going to take just another sentiment from the stamp set. Sending warm wishes this Christmas. And we can go ahead and put that in the inside. Notice that this is square as well because when we adhere down that one flap, okay, now our inside is square as well. Remember, we're calling these square cards that aren't square. But I like making square cards, so this is perfect. And it fits in a regular envelope. So there is our card. Here's my sample that I made originally. But again, easy peasy. And you get so much of this designer series paper, you could make a ton of cards this way. Now, let me show a couple other pieces of the paper and what I've done with them. This is one. Okay, this has the green on the back. This was the back side of this one. But again, you can cut this apart and you could cut individual squares just like I did, or what I did here is I did cut 4 of them together. So I picked the 4 that I wanted. I trimmed, you know, right up to the edge, layered it with a piece of basic white just to kind of get some contrast, get it to pop. And there is my little note card. Now this is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. When you make a square card like this, you can actually put it into a regular size envelope. It'll fit in there, and so you can still mail it, because square cards get a little tricky to mail and it's a little hard to find envelopes to fit them. So it's a square card that's a square, right? So there's that. Now for the third one, I have to show, I used this piece of paper. Okay, you can see it's got the candy canes on the back. And I used the little square die that came with the dies that are in the stamp set. And I cut out squares of the birds. So you can see I essentially fussy cut them. I took the little square here, put it on there, arranged it to get as much as the bird as I could. You can see the only thing I'm really missing on both of them is the very ends of their tails. So I cut out a cardinal looking that way, a male, a female looking that way. And then I used the half square triangle, okay, to cut out a piece out of the, what are they? Holly berries. Oh gosh, holly and holly berries. And then the red here. And then I mixed the triangles, so they're on there. And this larger square, I just cut out using the Stylish Shapes dies. So I liked it because it has the little dots or stitching around it, so it goes together very easy. This piece is actually the top of the stocking die. And so I grabbed some sentiments from a different set for this one, but that fit in there perfect. Now, hang on, I got more cards to share. I will share, though, all of these over on that blog post. Okay, you'll find the link in the video description. And I will put all the measurements to make all 3 of these over there. So there'll be pictures and measurements. So if you would like to make these where they really focus on letting the designer series paper do all the work. Okay. Now let's look at some more Christmas cards, because I had fun making them and I just have to share. I think it was last month. So if you missed it, go back and see it. But I showed how to make this quilt square. Using these different pieces and intermixing them. But this is also the bookbinding fold. I didn't finish the inside, but you can see I just turned it the other direction for these, but it makes a great quilt block as well. And then here's a square one, making quilt block, again, using the quilting squares that are in that die set and then intermixing. So easy peasy. Now, let's go easiest to more involved. So this one, I used the same square that I used to cut out the birds. Cut another bird there, a little cardinal. But you can see I just cut out, what do we got? 4, 8, 12 squares, random pieces, mixed and matched them, and put together just kind of the patchwork quilt in the background. And then here is that same die we used. I just covered the right side with the square of the cardinal on there. So we're straight on that side too, actually. So here's the Christmas stocking, which is kind of the star of the show. I took all the different pieces of designer series paper, cut it out and pieced it together. But it really wasn't hard. It was just a lot of cutting and piecing. And then here I used a lot of they had these dies that are in the rows. So that put together, it's kind of Scandinavian looking card. So I'll have pictures of these on that blog post as well, along with the measurements for all the different sized pieces. So you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 different Christmas cards. Well, I guess that's not Christmas. It could be a Christmas. All using the stitch stocking dies and coordinating designer series paper. But remember, you can keep it simple by really focusing on using the paper as the focal point. It does all the heavy work for you. So I hope you enjoy these projects, and we'll be stamping again real soon. Have a stamp happy day.